G20 summit is in full swing as I record this, and even though I don't live in Toronto, I'm constantly hearing reports of complete intimidation on the part of the massive police force Emperor Harper has brought together. Honestly, I'm not sure whether to laugh or throw up. You see, even though I recognize that all the world leaders need to be protected, and that there are some protesters who are hell-bent on just being troublemakers for the sake of it, I don't think that the attitude of the cops helps any. Downtown Toronto looks like a mini police state right now, and if the riot cops on every corner and a huge security fence don't give you that feeling, just walk around the security zone with a camera or a paper pad. The wannabe army will actually try to arrest you over that, as many journalists have reported. In fact, I recently read a letter in the Toronto Star from someone who was ganged up on by 5 cops and grilled like an Al-Qaeda member, all because he was taking some casual photos of the area. He was told by one of the officers that his rights under the Charter of Rights and Freedoms were trumped by something called the Public Protection Act. The interesting thing about this is that this gentleman later called the Toronto police station to ask what that was, and no one knew. Neither did many lawyers in this area. I had to do a lot of digging to find this out, but apparently it's actually called the Ontario Public Works Protection Act, and this particular regulation, not a law, to allow police to arrest people without warrants was passed without any debate at the special request of Toronto Police Chief Bill Blair. Am I the only one who finds that a little unsettling? Even the War Measures Act had better oversight than this. Because of things like this, it's no wonder that people are pissed off at the cops and the government. Where else in the world do you hear about policemen acting like stormtroopers just because someone stops and takes a look at things? Usually it's places like Iraq under Saddam Hussein, or African and South American dictatorships, or, yes, I'm going there, Nazi Germany. Why the fuck are we allowing people to push us around just for writing something down at a public place? By the way, has the thought really crossed no one's mind that while these half-dozen cops were harassing the man with a camera, any real terrorist probably would have taken the opportunity to slip by them? Talk about playing the violin while Rome burns. Is anyone surprised, by the way, that some of the forces here murdered at least one man in cold blood a few years ago and wiretapped a Caledonian couple's home while refusing to protect them from violent thugs? For all the bellyaching about the trouble caused by protesters and anarchists, it's bullshit like this that proves their point perfectly. Either way, to the Ontario Provincial Police, Toronto Police Service, Royal Canadian Mounted Police, and various other police forces that are visiting Toronto right now, thank you for showing everyone in this country and many people around the world that there is absolutely no reason anymore to trust the cops. Just remember, everyone, their slogan may be to serve and protect, but it never actually says who they're serving and protecting. Enough said.